set of rules and challenges to face. The big race is fast approaching.
So basically, F-Zero, but not.
Typo Man is a puzzling platformer not going to work on your Nintendo 3DS. So, a new feature has been added to this version. So, you can use the Nintendo 3DS system's wireless communication. Will be released on the same day as the original Game Boy Pokemon launch, on February 27th. Let's return to one of my favorite places, the land of Hyrule.
Hello world of YouTube, welcome to day 55 of Viralrak every day. I'm going to start today by jumping straight into the topic I wanted to talk about, which is the Nintendo Direct that came out today. For those who don't know, for those who are not avid gamers, because I know not everyone that follows me is an avid gamer, Nintendo, who everybody knows, has these live press conferences essentially a couple times throughout. Well, they've been having them throughout the year. They started them, I believe, last year or this year, where they, instead of waiting for the big conferences like E3 and any of the game developers conferences, they decide to make these internet-based announcements where they kind of talk about the updates coming to their games, any new games they want to announce, all that sort of stuff. And today is the first one that's been announced since I started doing the project, because I tend to try to watch these, and I'll sometimes share my reflections of or my reactions to them on the blog or on the internet. So I might as well do it on the vlog since I'm pretty avid into watching them. I think they're a good idea to keep your fans kind of up to date with what you're doing. And there was a lot to this Direct, a lot that I liked and a lot that I didn't like, and some things that I wish they focused on more. So what I'm going to do is, I have in front of me the docket that they, basically everything that they talked about, and I'm going to kind of talk about the stuff that I thought was worth talking about. First thing they announced, Twilight Princess HD. Obviously, it's no secret I'm a huge Zelda fan. However, out of all of the announcements they made of the remakes of Zelda games, the Majora's Mask remake, the Ocarina of Time remake, the Wind Waker remake, I just am not that invested in a Twilight Princess remake. I might partially be because it's one of the few Zelda games I haven't really played to completion, you know, and I started playing it. I did a Let's Play of it, like an old school Let's Play of it on my blog years ago, where I kind of talked about my reactions to the game as I was playing it. But if I'm going to be honest, out of all the Zelda games, even though I was like a few temples in, it wasn't holding my interest like a myriad of other Zelda games have in the past. Not to say that I think it's terrible. I do like the atmosphere that I had seen so far. I like the wolf controls, all that sort of stuff. There was unique things in it to keep me invested. I just wasn't as invested in it as I was other Zelda games. I do like the Wolf Link amiibo. I think it looks cool. All in all, I was kind of hoping for more Zelda Wii U news, and they teased a little bit of it at the end there, but I wasn't like super enthralled with the fact that there wasn't really a whole lot of Zelda Wii U talk. They also talked about a DLC for Triforce Heroes, which is a Zelda game that I am kind of interested in, and I do want to play. I think it's interesting. They don't have a whole lot of multiplayer Zelda games, and it's nice to see a new one out there in the world. And they already have a new DLC coming out for it, which I think is really cool as well. They announced a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I have never played the Mystery Dungeon games. I think this one looks pretty cool, but I haven't played it, so I don't really know. They talked about Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which they've been announcing slowly new types of Animal Crossing games, and I think they're finally finding their way to re-skin this franchise. Not that I think that they need to. I like the Animal Crossing games, but I think that it is a license and a franchise that isn't necessarily used to its full potential. And I think with something like Amiibo Festival, they're starting to really see, or I guess they're trying to test where they could take this franchise. And I like the idea of Amiibo Festival. I don't think it's cool to have all these amiibos that you have to buy in order to play it, but I like the concept. It's kind of like, from what I understood, it was like Mario Party, but with Animal Crossing. I don't think that's a bad idea. Animal Crossing is a potential gold mine of franchise ideas, and I think that by having the main games, you can still have them while pushing them in other directions like they do with Mario. I think it has that kind of potential because you are a character in it while you have these recurring characters that kind of act as poster children for the franchise. So I feel like there's a lot that they could do with Animal Crossing that they aren't, and that they haven't been, but that they're starting to, and I like that. Mario Tennis looks like Mario Tennis, looks like fun. SteamWorld Heist looks like a game that's kind of fun. I kind of like the almost Metal Slug like art style. It's a game that I might try out if I'm ever like invested in it. You know, if I look more into it and it piques my interest. But as it stands right now, it looks kind of fun. The other thing I wanted to talk about, the thing that was in the first clip, was this game called Fast Racing Neo, i.e. the new F-Zero, because I was watching it and it looked just like F-Zero, just without the quirky skins and characters, which I think is kind of dumb. Fans have been wanting a new F-Zero game for a long time. Why would you make this new franchise or this new game that is essentially F-Zero but not call it F-Zero? That's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like that idea. I think it's really dumb and kind of spits in the face of your fans a little bit. But I mean, that's I guess I don't work in Nintendo, so I can't make any decisions like that. They showed a lot more Star Fox Zero footage, which was awesome. I thought it was funny that they talked about the new Walker mode that was essentially from the scrapped Star Fox 2 game. I thought that was hilarious. But I think the game looks amazing. It's a game that I'm really excited for, even though I don't have a Wii U. I really want a Wii U, and that's one of the games I'm incredibly excited to try out and play sometime. It looks like a great game. The graphics look amazing. I like that they have these new vehicles. I like that they're using the Walker mode from Star Fox 2. There's a lot about Star Fox Zero that I am excited about. It's a game that I am incredibly excited for. They also talked about Mario & Luigi Paper Jam, which, again, is a game that I think is a great idea. I like the Mario & Luigi, well, I like Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. It's the only one that's the only one I've ever played. And I like the look of the Paper Mario games, but I've never played them. It's a franchise from the Mario games that I really need to get to. But all in all, I think that that's a great idea, and I think that they're tackling it very well. There's some things in it that I think look kind of dumb, like the papercraft battles, but all in all, it looks like a very solid game, and something that I think I would enjoy as a 3DS owner. We also talked about Fire Emblem Fates a little bit, and Final Fantasy Explorers, which is basically a new Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles type game, which I think is cool. It looks a bit more action-oriented than Crystal Chronicles looked like. I bought it like a couple months ago, and I've barely played it because it didn't seem like what I thought it was. But Fire Emblem Fates, I'm kind of torn on. I've wanted to play Fire Emblem Awakening since I've gotten a 3DS because I love the Fire Emblem franchise. I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. I like that they have such a heavy lore-infested or filled franchise, and I like the games that I've played of it. What I don't like is that they're doing the whole here's 2 games, and then here's actually a third one as well, that the Pokemon formula basically only, or I guess the Oracle of Seasons formula, because both games coincide with each other, but in their own way, and then there's a third one that kind of ties everything together. I think it's kind of weird, but I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it's a great game, because Fire Emblem is one of those series that I'm glad Nintendo is finally starting to pay more attention to. I just hope that they don't muck it up. I think the Mega Man Legacy Collection that they announced is dumb, since there's the Anniversary Collection for the GameCube and the Xbox and PlayStation 2 that has more games than what's on that, and all the stuff that they talked about, and plus you can buy Mega Mans 1 through 6 on the 3DS shop already, so the Legacy Collection seems kind of dumb. Just come up with a new Mega Man game already. I loved, as you saw by my reaction, that they are making Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow available for the 3DS. Oh my god, and you could trade. Oh, just everything in my. Oh, I was just. I was feeling so much. You don't even know. I was feeling so much just in that 30 seconds. It was astounding. It looked so good. I'm so excited for Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow to come. I'm probably going to get all 3 because I fucking love Pokemon. They announced Hyrule Warriors Legends, like a new character in it called Lintel, which is a female Link, which I think is awesome. I like the idea of a female Link. It's a good character design. I like that she doesn't have a sword. I like that she has crossbows. It's something a little bit different, likes to stand out a little bit more as opposed to just a female Link skin cover. Or a female, or a skin swap of a Link character. I like that. I think it's cool that she has her own identity. I'd actually want to find out more about this character as well. I think it's cool that they're introducing characters into this new Hyrule Warriors game, and I hope that if they add any more characters, including this one, that they kind of expand them more story-wise, maybe give them their own Zelda game. I think that that's awesome. I like that there's a female Link. I think that they handled it very well. They showed some footage of a new Dragon Quest game. I think that's awesome that that's still running in the thing. I like that Mighty Number 9 is still a thing. And then the big thing that they showed at the end was that Cloud from Final Fantasy VII is going to be in Smash. And I guarantee you all of my friends lost their shit. Because, I mean, as if you don't know, Final Fantasy VII is like the most beloved Final Fantasy game ever made. Everyone who's played it loves it. It's a fucking astounding game. It's one that I've never played. I don't hate Final Fantasy. It's one of my favorite franchises. I just haven't played the popular games of the franchise. Like, the Final Fantasies that I've played 8, 10, Tactics Advance, 4... And, I feel like I've played a couple of those, but that's mostly what I've played. I haven't played 7, I haven't played 9, I haven't played 6, like the trifecta that everyone loves, 6, 7, and 9. I haven't played them. I don't hate the games. I actually really would like to play the popular Final Fantasies, but I haven't. But I am glad that so far, Nintendo has been pleasing their fans with these Smash Ballot things, because I guarantee you, millions of fans sent in that they wanted Cloud from Final Fantasy VII in Smash. And I'm sure the same thing they did with Ryu, and I'm glad that both of those characters are in this game and are now a part of this franchise. I think that it shows that Nintendo's like, we're gonna try to do everything, and that's awesome. I'm glad it's making Smash so much more than it was when it started, because when it started it was just Nintendo All-Stars fighting, and now it's everybody All-Stars fighting. I'm sure people are voting to get Snake back in there, because Snake was in Brawl, and I'm sure a lot of people love Snake, so they want him back in this new one. Now, especially now that you have other licensed characters like Cloud and Ryu, you know, I think that it's amazing what Nintendo is seeming to happen with these fucking Smash Ballots, and it makes me more excited to see what else they can get in this game, because, I mean, I haven't sent in a Smash Ballot. I'd like to send in a Smash Ballot, but I can't think of a character I would want to see in these games that hasn't already been announced, or I can already conceivably see being announced. Like, I'm sure tons of fans want Banjo-Kazooie. I'm sure Nintendo is probably trying their hardest to get them in the game. So I can't really think of anything off the top of my head other than, like, incredibly obscure characters that I know no one else would vote for, because who the fuck cares about fucking Cortez from Time Splitters, or fucking Beat from Jet Grind Radio, you know? So I'd want to see those characters Smash, but I can't think of a whole lot of other people who would. But yeah, that's the Nintendo Direct. I wanted to do kind of my reactions, my summary to it, my reactions to it, my discussion on what I think about what was announced. I do kind of wish they would have touched more on Zelda Wii U, like I said. I would have liked to have seen more about the Metroid Prime Federation Force, because unlike everybody else in the internet, apparently, I'm actually kind of stoked for the game, if only because it's a new Metroid game, and it's one that, like Triforce Heroes, spins this whole game that you play by yourself formula on its head. And I like that Nintendo's taking these kind of risks, and I want to see where they take that game, and I want it to happen. I kind of want Metroid, because it also shows people have interest in Metroid. Like, I'm conveying interest in it, partially because I'm interested to see how they make more multiplayer Metroid games, like Metroid Prime Hunters, but I also just want more Metroid. Metroid is in my top 3. It's one of my favorite video game franchises. And Other M, you know, a lot of people hate that game. I still haven't played it, but I love every Metroid game I've played. So I guarantee you I'd find something to like in Prime Federation Force, especially since it's on 3DS. Gives me something else to play with my friends. So I don't know. I want that to happen. I wanted more news with that. I was glad we got more news with Star Fox Zero. I was hoping that was going to happen. I would have rather have seen this fast racing game, Neo Racing, to have been called F-Zero, because that's basically what it is. And that's it. That's my opinion on the Nintendo Direct. There's not a whole lot else that I'm going to talk about today, but I'm not going to end the vlog yet on the off chance that there is something that I can think of to talk about. So, my friend Ava, the one who cut my hair, sent me a link to some music on Facebook, and she's like, you need to check out this masterpiece. And I now learned today that the hold music that we use at work has a name and an artist. I'll link it in the description. It's called Lavender Skies by Gary Lamb. And oh my god, it is 5 minutes long. We have like the abridged version that we use at work, but Jesus Christ. And apparently, this is the hold music for a lot of companies, because a lot of people in the comments are talking about how it's a thing. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. It's so, like, anytime it happens, because the way we have it at work, we have phones that we use to page. And the music, if you hit the wrong button with the mobile phones, it'll put the music out on the floor. And we don't have music at work. We don't play music at work, sadly. So it's funny whenever it happens, because it instantly turns into, like, a elevator / soap opera, because, like, the music matches both of those things perfectly. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's called Lavender Skies, and here's like a little snippet. So I found out today that one of the first bands to follow me on Twitter, and a band that I actually really enjoy, broke up recently. 3 Inches of Blood. They're a Canadian power metal, thrash metal, speed metal band that I've listened to for a while now. I put their last record, I guess, Long Live Heavy Metal, on my favorite albums of that year. Or maybe it was an honorable mention. But I really enjoyed their last record, and I enjoyed the one before that. There's the only 2 that I've heard in full. But I like this band, and I thought it was cool to have this kind of slightly, big band following me on Twitter, and they still do, but it's kind of disheartening to know that they broke up, because they're one of the longest running followers that I have, and I enjoyed their stuff. I thought they were great. They had a different style that was a throwback, but also just something different in the genre that was akin to its influences, while, I don't know, just being fun. So I'm doing a take two because I didn't realize that this mic was the one that was plugged in, and it was way over there. That's why I was like, why is there no audio for my fucking thing? It was there, it was just really quiet. I forgot to end this day's vlog, so I'm going to end it now. Hopefully you enjoyed today's vlog. There's a lot that I talked about. I guess the topic for today would be what you thought of the Nintendo Direct on 11/12. Do you like what they announced? Do you agree with my opinions on it? Do you have your own? I'm up for discussion on what's going on with Nintendo, because Eric, Nintendo does have good business decisions. But either way, I'm going to go. I also included in the description links to some 3 Inches of Blood songs, because I think you guys should check them out, even though they're not in a band anymore. I thought they were really good. Pretty solid stuff from those guys. Consistent as all hell, so you should definitely check them out, even though even though they sadly broke up. But either way, I'm going to go. I've been Viralrak. You guys have good days, lives, and situations. I'll see you tomorrow, or whenever I upload the next set of vlogs. Tomorrow is really the next day, so it's an everyday sort of thing, so I'll see you tomorrow.